Yes, what a guan, what a guan, what a guan, hey, what a guan, what a guan, what a guan. Missy, what a guan, 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 what a guan. Ladies and gentlemen, good night, good night, good night. Welcome, welcome to Where Are We Come From? Episode number 11. And tonight, I have one of my most favorite person, theater expression, theater professional, songwriter. Trust me, this guy here with millions of cap. I have tremendous respect for my friend. But guess what? Tell a friend, tell somebody that where are we come from? We are live, guys. As you know, where are we come from? We're going to showcase everything that is Vinci. We root, we connection. I'm so happy tonight to have one of the persons who I've seen him from the grassroots coming up and building an excellent and international brand. And I'm so happy to have him here with me tonight, guys. So jump onto the live right now and tell somebody that where are we come from? We are live tonight. We are live, we are live, we are live, we are live, we are live. Tag somebody and with the hashtag, where are we come from? Where are we coming from? So guys, my guest for tonight, put your hands on your feet together. Help me welcome multi-award winning international songwriter, all right? Author. He's an actor and a sustainability consultant, guys. Put your hands together. Help me welcome to Where Are We Come From stage. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Mr. Hayden Billingy. Come on, my boy. Come on. Step in, man. Step in. Step in, man.
What an amazing introduction. Thank you so much, Kevin, for inviting me to Where Are We Come From.
Definitely, bro, man. Step right in, man. I'm so happy to have you here. And I know we're gonna have a great time this evening. I'm Hayden. So come on, Hayden. Tell the people that where you come from, right? Just that part. Tell them where you come from, right? Tell them where you come from.
Yeah, I am a proud son of the soil. I am from Orange Hill originally, and I'm proud to say that I'm an OTR. I'm from over the river. Yeah, man. A proud Garifuna, proud Kalinago descendant.
Come on, man. Where are we come from? From over the river. Orange Hill. So you have Lemon Hill and you have Orange Hill. How much hills do you have?
I'm not too sure, but I know there's an Orange Hill for sure. And there's a side hill. And
yeah. What it was like here then? That feedback is nice. That's all right. That's all right. I'm Hayden. You know, from your experience, you know, as a young man growing up, over the river. You know what this was like for you. You know what it was like for you as a young man growing up. With the taboo, you know, coming from over the river.
Well, the thing is, we grew up in a quite a poor family. My mom was a single mom, and I had 4 other siblings, and I grew up rough and tumble. To be honest, I had to go to the mountains and mornings to tie out the goats and to milk the cow and to deflower the banana and to make sure the farm is ready before I get ready to go to school. And I also had to jug water from the standpipe and carry wood for make holes. So I come from the rough part of country, to be honest. And I'm proud because I think this is what made me into who I became and the man that I am today, because I had the experiences of growing up in the countryside.
Definitely, Hayden, and I love that. You know, I love to say you grew up on the rough side.
Yes,
because
man.
looking at you know, people won't know that that you had that rough experience. Understand? Because you know, I see you a supermodel. I see you in movies. I see you on the stage. I see you in music video. But really, where this guy really come from? Understand?
All
this
right.
This boy come from over the river. So Hayden and growing up back, you know, in the village, you know, who are some of the persons that have a tremendous influence on your life as a young man growing up?
To be honest, I had to dig very deep to find inspiration when I was growing up. But I want to mention Mr. Ferdinand. Mr. Ferdinand was my grade 5 teacher. And I remember the very first time he talked about the importance of taking care of yourself as a young man. And he gave examples of how you can practically take care of yourself, your hygiene, and so on and so forth. And he was a man who I saw being somebody who was grounded and very fatherly. And so him being my teacher really gave me inspiration to really aspire to be more than just what was a custom in my village. My uncle as well was a policeman, and as Adam Billingy, and he would have given me some sense of there is purpose and hope and possibilities existing within the realms of my village. So there are a few people who would have inspired me, but sometimes even we discover the very important, minute things. I had an uncle called Alex, still alive, Alex Billingy. And Alex would always call me King. King. 1 second.
Yes, guys, so we're having a conversation with Hayden Billingy, songwriter, actor, consultant, and Hayden is on We Come From tonight, episode number 11. I'm so happy to have Hayden in the house. Hayden, back over to you.
I'm sorry, one of my friends was knocking to get my computer to fix my computer. But unfortunately, I couldn't bring. So anyway, I was saying my uncle, Alex Billingy. And you know, funny enough, Kevin, sometimes it takes you time when you grow up to reflect on things. And he would always call me King. And I would often wonder why he would call me King. But he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. And he would have spoken that over my life since I was a little boy, which made me feel special, like there was some worth in me and I had some purpose. And so he, as simple as that word King is, made me into this individual who aspired to be more than just a country boy.
That's right, that's right. And one of the things I always speak about is the power of the spoken word. You know, I'm speaking blessing, into someone else's life, and the Bible says that death and life lies in the power of the tongue.
Yes.
Right? And through the God created the universe by the power of His spoken word. He spoke it into existence, and you know, we're so happy that you know you have somebody like that who really spoke something positive.
Yeah, man.
Into your life. And you know, Hayden, you know, I met you a few years back, and where we met, I know that you are one of my biggest fan. I can tell you that. If I'm gonna have a shop tomorrow, if I know if one person is gonna shop in the audience, right, it's gonna be Hayden Billingy, right?
Absolutely.
And you're not coming alone, but I know you're gonna bring somebody else, right?
Definitely.
I saw, I mean, from being in the audience, right? Because I didn't know that you had all this time. I mean, never know that Hayden could have sing. I mean, all I see you was this smooth guy, you know, a big love of the arts, you know, just hopping around my production and just being there as a supporter. And really, you know, when we're trying to figure out ourselves and still trying to figure things out, you know, you were always a Rodriguez, you know, great production, but also you will hit me hard when you say, Kevin, you could do better than that. You know, you're the kind of person that I admire, that when you say something, I really appreciate it, and I will go and work on it. And you know, you were always there as a supporter, and you know, in every way. But the game changed when you moved from out of the audience and you stepped onto the stage.
Yes.
Tell me. And you're part of the theater company by Remnants of Gideon, and I saw you made your first appearance in that play. Tell us how that shift came into being. Tell us about that.
Well, Kevin, I often say that I'm an artist at heart. I'm an artist, and for me, I have learned in life how to pivot. how to pivot and change the different shades of my artistry. And I've always been on stage. When I was a boy, I sang in school, primary school. I sang at church, I sang at concerts and so on. And so I was no stranger to the stage. And even I acted in drama in primary school, sometimes do poetry and so on. So when Sherry Denny Edward asked me to be part of the Remnants of Gideon production, I shied away at first, and then she assured me that, it's a good play, it's a good platform. And at the time I was already singing. And I thought, why not extend the other artistic expressions that I have deep down inside of me? And I took the plunge, and I acted for 2 of their plays. And I think that is what really gave me the push I needed in that space as an actor, as a dramatist, as it were. So, and of course, Kevin Rodriguez, you are the king of drama. So when I look at you on stage, I aspire to be just like you. So when I see you do things like that movie about, is it 7? Drama with 7.
Number 7.
Number 7. And you did that one, the other one that really, really had me, the one in the graveyard. Is that the same one?
Stone.
Yes. So when I see those kind of antics, who would want to aspire the great Kevin to become the great Kevin Rodriguez? So as much as you don't know, your seeds, let me explain something to you. There are flowers that die, and in their dying, they produce spores, or they produce seeds, or they produce things that they disperse. And sometimes we don't know the importance and the potency of our influence until somebody comes back and say, you have inspired me. And that is one of the reasons why I say I do what I do, Kevin, is because I know the power of the impact we are having on the youths and on young, vulnerable people who think that there's no hope. And so when I step out and I represent the Black Garifuna, people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, a little boy, a little girl can say, if he can do it, so can I. So never discount the importance of what you're doing in the theater arts and in the performing arts stage, because you're a major influence in this particular stage. And I have to commend you for the excellent work that you've been doing over the years. But I have a challenge for you, Kevin. I'm still upset with you.
I know we're gonna get to that just now. We're gonna get to that just now. I know it's coming. I will finally give birth to it because of you, Hayden. My partner Colin Charles is also behind me too. I will give birth. I will give birth to something great.
And I will stand by you to make sure it happens.
That's right. And Hayden, that role that you played in that play for Sherry, you really nailed the role. It was a fresh face. Coming to the stage at Peace More, in the creative in the drama festival. You really bring that. It was a fresh face. Because I've been seeing some familiar faces all the time, but when you have a fresh face like you're stepping on stage, it's always a breath of fresh air. But let us move on a little more from the theater space now. I realize that you're a very good cook, right? Don't make I hope my wife is not looking at this right? I wish I can go I can pause and skip this part, but I really have to bring out this element. You're a very good cook. I've seen it. I ain't get to taste it yet, but I know for sure that you did also a cookbook. Tell us something more about that, Hayden, because you're really multi-talented. There's so much to the man that is there's so much to the man that is here. Tell us more about Hayden, the cook.
Well, the thing is, my grandmother was an excellent cook, and more so, she was a philanthropist. She would give up her last to anyone. And so I developed the art and the love for cooking through my grandmother and my mom, who was an excellent cook as well. And so I would cook and put my photos up on Facebook, to show my talent. And this lady from Barbados saw it and said, but you are so good. the way you present your food, I've not seen it done before. And she challenged me to do it in the cookbook. At first, I thought, no, I'm no chef, you know. I'm not known for cooking, you know, as such. But she encouraged me, and I just started to cook like crazy and start posting photographs, and people start liking my photographs, start sharing them. And before you know it, I had a cookbook. What I did basically is call the book Cook Calypso. And Kevin, if you know about me, you know that I have a play on words. I love my Vince Tuang, I love my Vincentian Parlin, you know. So for me, I just pull from our local expression and call it Cook Calypso. And what my intention was to look at Caribbean food, Vincentian food, in a more sort of a delightful way. You know, so I turn ordinary food into luxury, beautiful cuisine that you can have with your loved ones. And it's a very simple book to follow. I try to make the recipes as cohesive and simple as possible. So voila, the book was born in 2019. And I was surprised as to the turnout, to the support I got for it, because persons in the USA and abroad and Vincentians here in St. Vincent really, really supported this book.
Yeah, man, nice. Let me jump in with a quick shout out to the pan, the steel pan boss. What a go on, what a go on, what a go on. Hey, what a go on, what a go on, what a go on. Miss, what a go on, what a go on, what a go on. Also, I have one of my biggest supporters for where we come from on the live. Eh? Her name is Susan the boy. She's a man. She was vexed when I ain't go live, and where we come from. So
Kevin, which Facebook page you're sharing this from?
The Renson Rodriguez page. The Renson Rodriguez page.
Renson Rodriguez. Because somebody just asked.
The comedian page, the Renson Rodriguez comedian page. So Hayden, you know, so you have established yourself, you know, an impact in the creative space as an actor. You have moved on to the cookbook, the cook specialist, and you didn't only presented the book because I know that you have also transformed your body, because I know that you were a bit heavier and you would have lost a good bit of weight, right? You know, I've seen the weight loss journey where you were able, by eating healthy, that you were able to lose a significant amount of weight. Because, you know, from our conversations, I realized that are you still vegan, right? That
I am a pescatarian. That means I eat fish and vegetables.
Vegetables
mostly. But my weight loss was attributable to a few things. I fast quite a lot. I think fasting is important to our spiritual growth, and also I think it's very healthy for our physical man. I think fasting for me is the reason why I can do so much. I can write so much. I could do all of these things because I dedicate time to contemplate, to meditate, and also I allow time to connect with the divine, the triune God. And I think for me, that is one of the reasons why I think I'm successful the way I am. And I don't think I know, I believe that is the main reason why I'm successful the way I am. And because I fast quite often, I do it for spiritual reasons, but it also, you know, results in me losing weight. But I also try to live a balanced life where my diet is concerned. I try to keep a balanced diet with protein, my veggies, my healthy starch and so on. So I tend to eat whole foods to make sure that my body is healthy. Because I believe if your body is healthy, then you engender spiritual health, you engender all kind of health that allows you to stand strong and resolute. So I think it's important that this life is important for me.
Definitely. Because as a creative person, you're saying here that a disciplined life is important. What you eat, taking care of your body, because the spirit cannot live in a dis-ease body. The body needs to be strong, right?
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Hayden the actor, Hayden the chef, Hayden the well consultant. Now we're gonna move on to Hayden. Which one we're gonna tackle first? We're gonna look at Hayden the singer. Hayden the singer, right? So I hope I
Right.
get in order because the model part come afterwards, right? So Hayden, your singing career has, I mean, you have gone international, right? Tell
Yes.
us what that journey was like. Talk to us now about Hayden, the singer.
All right. So Kevin, this was serendipity. I had no control over this, right? I've never wanted to sing, to be honest. I've always had this dream that I was on stage singing and talking to multitudes of people. And so I often try to avoid that dream. But it was a continuous dream over the years that kept reoccurring over and over. And so I avoided it at all costs. So I started to write songs as early as 15 or so years. And I would give person my song to sing and say, sing that song for me. But person would say, no, I'm already writing and somebody writes for me. So there's no need for you to write for me. So my friend Peter said to me one day, but Hayden, if you are always writing these songs, at least sing one and let's see where it goes. And then somebody might just see it and want you to write for them. So I said, sounds reasonable. So there was a friend from St. Lucia who came to visit. His name was Scheffler. And he encouraged me to talk with his producer, Mariah St. Louis, out of St. Lucia. And I sent him one of my songs and he sent me back the rhythm or the music. So I went to St. Lucia in 2016 for blues festivals or jazz festival, I think it was. And he saw me and said, why don't you come to the studio now and record? So I went to the studio and I recorded the song.
Yeah, I remember.
To my
What's
delight.
What's the name of the song?
The song name was Whether It's a Cross or a Tree, I think it's called. I can't remember right now. But the thing is, I thought that was it. When I left the booth, the producer asked me, he said, Hayden, is that your only song? So I said, no, why? He said, because let's produce an album. I said, no. The man said, yes, let's do it. I believe in you. You have a unique sound. And I believe that you're capable of becoming an artist. I said, Lord have mercy. So I extended my time and spent another week in St. Lucia. And we recorded an EP. We released the EP, Kevin. And the same year, one of my songs was nominated for Best Gospel Single of the Year.
Wow.
Oh, to my delight. So when he heard about that, he said to me, let's do a second album. And so we kept working together. And he was the one who gave me this big song, Feel Him in My Soul, that you love so much.
Come on,
yeah.
Man, come on.
Yes, so for me, I never expected that anything will become of it. And so more I do things, I find myself elevated. And you know, I'm big on branding, I'm big on marketing. That's one of my fortes. So when I push the music, I realized I started getting noticing overseas. And then I started winning awards. And I was like, wow, this thing is actually working out for me. And I was able to travel to England to tour, the US to tour. I went to Holland, Cuba, Guyana, and the thing starts snowballing into this big, huge thing. And before you know it, here I am.
Wow. That's phenomenal. Phenomenal, Hayden. You know what? What do you want to do for us? You want to give me my favorite song? I want to leave it to the end. We're going to climax at the end. I want to jump it now. Tell me.
It's up to you. It's your show.
Right? So, for me, we could play Feel Him all night, because as I was telling you, it's one of the songs that, that helps to keep me grounded, some of those days that, when I do have a character building moment, it's one of those songs that I will definitely turn to. Knowing that God is always there with you. I could feel Him deep down in my what?
My
down
soul.
In my soul. Right.
Come
so,
on.
and I must congratulate you. That you have really carried our flag definitely across the region internationally, and because there are other I'm not to compare you to anyone else, but there are a lot of persons that have been in the gospel arena for a while. But the reach that you have with your music is fantastic, you know,
Yeah.
and you got to be doing something right. And I know that you have a couple of persons that you've been mentoring. I'm not too sure if you want to talk a bit more about that, but I'm not too sure. Are you affiliated with the City of Arches? I know that is a
Well, yeah. We have worked with quite a bit of persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and also in the region. Art City Entertainment Management Agency, we would have led a contingency to Europe, specifically England for a tour. We also led a contingency to Guyana for a tour as well, including local artists. And we would have mentored quite a bit of young and emerging artists. We would have also done the Sing It Like the Stars competition, Sherry and I, and we saw quite a bit of persons who are now doing very well locally and internationally who came through our mentorship. Chad Durant, Terrell Duraz, I mean, he has won the Gospel Choice Awards as Best International Artist. He came through our mentorship. Alyssa Laborde, who just won the St. Vincent Gospel Fest Sing a New Song competition. She also came through our mentorship. She also won Sing Like the Stars. Jalil Kukshan, she also came through our mentorship. So there are quite a bit of people who would have come through with us. We would have managed artists locally who has done pretty good internationally as well. So because Kevin, and I said to you before that it is so important to not only open the door, but to keep the door open for persons who want to come in. Because you have to be the trailblazer, but you have to welcome people into that space and push them to a place where they can go beyond you. So there's no place for jealousy, there's no place for competition, there's place for ascension, pushing people upwards and into that international sphere. So for us, and for me in particular, I've helped lots of artists, both secular and international, and gospel artists, because I believe that we are working to build a nation. We are working to build one space, and we are one people. And when one of us make it, all of us makes it.
That's right, guys. That's right. So welcome to those guys who have just joined us. Remember, you're looking at Where Are We Come From? And we are chatting tonight with Mr. Hayden Billingy, international recording artist, actor, modeler, name it, a chef, everything top tonight, guys. Right?
Modeler like that.
And guys, you want to make sure that you stay to the end, because Hayden is gonna drop one of the big tune for us tonight. But let us move forward again, as we now look at, we looked at Hayden, the actor Hayden, the songwriting. You didn't mention much about the songwriting, but as a singer, right? And you said that you wrote for a couple persons. And I see that through your association too, you have offered opportunity to other young persons to excel through mentorship, which is very much important. Because one of the things that I strongly believe in is using the creative space as something that can create social transformation that impacts and touch people's lives through what we do. Whether you are a singer, you are a cook, you are, whatever you do, let it be an impact on someone else's life.
Absolutely. So you talked about songwriting. You want us to get into songwriting?
Let us go into the songwriting. Is about the art, the where we come from.
Yeah. Because the thing is, songwriting is one of my aspirations. Kevin, I could live just writing songs and don't sing, to be honest. Okay. I've worked with Andres Bascom, who produced one of my reggaes, and one of the premier gospel artists here in St. Vincent and Grenadines just sang a song I wrote for her. A reggae that is trending right now. It's called Desperate for You.
Kyoka.
Yes, I wrote a song for Kyoka as well. And I've written it for other people originally as well. But those are some of the most recent ones that I could remember right now.
Nice. And remember, right? Remember, you owe my daughter a song.
Yeah, man, I have lots of songs that you have to choose from. It's just for her to come here
Wait,
at my studio.
Rodney, let me make sure that Rodney Small here is right from Iris Production. Rodney, Hayden, oh my daughter's song. So yeah, man, of course, we're looking forward to that collaboration sometime soon. So Hayden, now let us move over to the big accomplishment of all of the, you know, I know you've been doing well so far in all of those other areas, but my jaw drop a ground, right? I don't know, I have to look to pick it up. My jaw drop when I saw a short film, and I remember when you were heading out in the wee hours of the morning, preparing for shooting and all of that. And see the thing on international, 3 p.m. in the morning, right?
Yes.
And how much, I mean, a couple of weeks that, you know, you guys, and I remember that conversation that we had. And you remember that conversation that we had?
I remember very well.
To see me. And I said, boy, Hayden, boy, I mean, I ain't seen where the, you know the conversation we had, right?
Of course.
But to see that level of accomplishment and success that came with that film, share with us that experience.
Well, I think people are longing for authenticity, and they're longing for something that they can relate and connect with. And I think that is what Shout It Out offered to so many people. Let's start with this song. This guy is just an amazing guy, Hunter Flow Production, Binton Oliver. He approached me, and we would have worked on other projects before, which were never released, which we will release in the future. And he sent me this iconic rhythm. I was like, wow, this is so amazing. And he also sent me the melody. So I just started writing on the melody. And then I sent it back to him, and he was like, yes, Hayden, this is it. And then we recorded the song. And when I was contemplating, as I say, I have a contemplative space, I started to contemplate, what am I going to portray this song with in terms of the imagery and so on. And immediately, I am very pro-Garifuna, very pro-Kalinago, very pro-Vincentian. And I wanted to represent my people strong. And I just thought, what if we were supposed to represent or show some element of the Kalinago life, how they lived, how they loved, how they celebrate loss, how they celebrate peace. And I was very conflicted in my spirit, because I'm saying, one, Garifuna is culture. 2, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. 3, I have to go half naked. 4, I have to represent a people who I don't know about. So I started researching these people, doing my research, and then I even went to Sado, and I sat with him, and then we walked through some of the cultural elements that we should include in the video. So I spoke to Joshua Anderson, who produced the video, and he was over the moon excited. I spoke to Raquel, Samuel, and she was over the moon excited. She wanted to do art right away. I spoke with Alexander, Alex Stream, and he wanted to teach me to fight immediately. So I started to prep for this thing. So we took 2 weeks and prepped the fighting scene, right? And he taught me how to fight, how to move, how to look like a real serious warrior. And then
you convinced me.
Listen, people in America thought that I was a black belt when they saw me. They saw the film and asked me, they said, I thought you were a black belt in karate. I said, no, I learned this choreography in 2 weeks, you know? But Alexander is such an amazing choreographer, an amazing teacher, that he taught me the essential of how do you move, how do you operate, how do you fight. And the makeup and the costume just sold it off, you know? And before I know it, we were filming. And before I know it, the thing was released, and everybody just was in awe of this amazing video, which we had no idea it was going to snowball into this greatness. We just did it. To be honest, it was a risk. Kevin, do you know that there are pastors who actually scold their worship leader for being in a film? But anyway, that's a different discussion for a different time. But the film snowballed into this grandiose thing we submitted the film to several festivals overseas, and the film won the Antigua and Barbuda Gospel and Media Award.
Wow.
The film went on to win the International Music Video Award in the category of Best Makeup, a essential film even. And also...
Hold on, pull up. We don't come again. Where are we come from?
Vinci.
Right.
And it also was a finalist in Best Video, Music Video, in Best Actor in a Music Video, Best Documentary in a Music Video. It was amazing to have accomplished so much. And then here what? We went on to win a silver medal in the Global Music Awards. Blew my mind.
Wow.
And the caliber of people who are judging these events is Grammy award-winning singers, Academy Award winning producers and actors, and it blew my mind. We also won Best Video Short internationally as well. Best Short Film, I mean, in the Best Shorts for 2021. So when I look at God and how big my God be, you know, a little boy from Orange Hill who people thought had no worth, who was called all kind of names, but never gave up and strive for excellence every time, because I know my God. And I know in whom I serve. I know he's a big, huge, gigantic God. And that he was going to take a little boy from Orange Hill and use him to make an impact globally.
Wow, Hayden, that's a phenomenal story. And that is what this program is about. We have to tell the people where we come from. Right? Where we come from. And if you know where you come from, right? You know eventually the people without knowledge of the past history are like trees without roots. So you must know your what?
Yes.
You must know your roots.
Know where you come from.
That is important. Guys, what we're gonna do, we're gonna jump over, we're gonna take in a short piece of the probably about 2 minutes of the music video. Then we're gonna come back, guys, and Hayden is gonna give us Deep Down in My Soul, and then we're gonna chit chat about Hayden as the author. All right, guys, so let us jump over right now and let us take in some of the music video from Shout Out that have won several international awards, guys. So enjoy.
snares of the enemy, God's got that. If you're feeling overwhelmingly overcome by the snares of the enemy, God's got that. Sometimes in life you feel such heartache. Try to play it cool, but it's hard, yeah. Trouble just grows and it seems as there's no end. Lost the one you love in a heartbeat. Even you cold in a heartbreak. Just couldn't sleep by the snares of the enemy. God's got that. Shout it out, away, Tears are falling, but you're trying. See the passion in you slowly dying. You're giving up in life cause you think that there's a way out. Don't give up, this is passing. Hope is rising. He promised that he will never leave us until the end. If you're feeling overwhelmingly overcome by the snares of the enemy, God's got that. Shout it out, away, If you're feeling overwhelmingly overcome by the snares of the enemy, God's got that. Shout it out, away,
Yes, guys, so we are live, and where are we coming from? I can see Hayden is smiling over
Yeah,
there.
man. Big up to Jamel James for an amazing edits on that film, man.
Definitely. I mean, and the costume was fantastic. The location that was also chosen was really definitely quite appropriate. So Hayden, man, big up on yourself, man. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Well, you have to drop my big song because we kind of boiling on a little bit, right? So I'm gonna allow you to drop the biggest song in Silver Song right now, guys. Put your hands together. Welcome on stage, ladies and gentlemen, to Where Are We Come From stage. Put your hands together. Let us welcome Hayden as he gave us one of his big track. I could feel him deep down in my soul. Take it away.
All right, let's get this thing started. All right, technology. It was playing just now and now it's not playing. What's going on? All right, so I just want to encourage persons who might be going through a hard time. Just know that God is always there. He never leaves us nor forsake us, and He is a present help in time of trouble. I figured out what's wrong keeping. All right, let's go. You say that you frustrated, you
just can't hide it. We got you. Hey, hey, hey. There isn't no feeling like it. There's nothing that he cannot fix. You just gonna have to try him. Like I'm and I know he's working me, and I will not hide it. I want the world to see it. Cause I taste and tried it. Go back and I can be just like it. The waistline can satisfy it. Chop, chop, not that excited. Alcohol can make me leave it. Hey! Feel him, feel him, feel him in my soul. Feel him, since Jesus made me whole. Feel him, feel him, feel him in my soul. Feel him, since Jesus made me whole. How do you feel him? 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 Hey! How do you feel him? How do you feel him? How do you feel him? I met him at church one Sunday morning. That's when he started transforming. Was me and my brother cussing. We were convicted of our sins. We fell to the altar, accept Jesus. Difference you made in my life when you came my way. I'll never be the same. I will never go astray. I will just stay that he goes high. Amen. Hey, why? Cause I feel him. I feel him. Feel him in my soul. Feel him, since Jesus made me whole. Feel him, feel him in my soul. Feel him, since Jesus made me whole. Listen, how do you feel him? How do you feel him? How do you feel him? Here. How do you feel him? How do you feel him? How do you feel him? Hell, how do you feel him? How do you feel him? How do you feel him? Hey, I feel him. How do you feel him? Hey, dance. Yeah. Hey, I see ya. I see ya. Yeah. How do you feel him? How do you feel him? How do you feel him? Hey, hey, how do you feel him? How do you feel him? How do you feel him? I can't hear you. How do you feel him? How do you feel him? How do you feel him? Oh, yeah. How do you feel him? How do you feel him? How do you feel him? One last time. How do you feel him? How do you feel him? How do you feel him? Hey. How do you feel him? How do you feel him? How do you feel him? Hey, hey, keep it, come on. Feel him. Feel him.
Deep down in my soul.
All right.
Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on. Put your hands together for Hayden Billingy. He's live, and where are we come from? And Hayden boy, you light up the chat. Lady Rodriguez, see her boy. Hope she ain't break on the bed up there tonight. She's shaking down the bed. Yeah, my girlfriend Devon. Devon said, Hayden, there's a calling on your life, right? And you know, I mean, yeah, Hollywood ready for you. Hollywood ready for you. All right. And of course, Sharon John. Sending you some awesome love on the Facebook Live here. And Hayden, you know, God has a special plan for your ministry, and just, you know, keep sowing those seeds, all right? Keep sowing those seeds, all right? Just, as I say, he called you, and just make yourself available, and he'll do the rest, all right? So, guys, we listen to Hayden, the actor, the songwriter, the producer, the mentor, the chef. I'm running out of fingers now, right? The chef, the singer, and now we're gonna move on to something big that just happened. Just yesterday, just yesterday, you have released, let me bring that up, right, guys? Just yesterday, you have released a book for kids. Come on, guys, jump over to the Facebook Live right now and send Hayden some love. Just show him your appreciation. All right, so Hayden, tell us more about that book that you released yesterday.
All right, so the book is called Flippity Floppity Wing. And this is the book right here. I'm sure you can put it up on your screen as well. But this book means a lot to me. And I talked about this earlier. And I did mention that sometimes we go through hardship, but it provides opportunity to build resilience and to let us see the strength that is provided by God. And this is an example of Flippity Floppity Wing. It's a butterfly that had an accident and lost one of her wings. And she had to adapt to a new style of living. And for many of us, our wings might not be physical, it might be spiritual, it might be emotional. And so Butterfly finds herself in a very hard place. And she lost her self-worth and couldn't make, she couldn't make light of what's going on. And so she had to seek help from a friend. Right there you see there's a hummingbird, her friend who is an owl, and also a friend who is an ant, to look for inner strength. And sometimes we find strength in others, we find strength within ourselves, but we also find strength in God. And this book is basically helping young readers to understand the concept of building resilience and overcoming in times of crisis. And so this book means a lot to me because it really, really came to me in a very difficult period of my life. And I was able to write about that in a way that kids could understand it and they can relate to life itself. And how do you overcome? How do you get up when you fall? When you feel broken, where do you find your strength in all of this?
Definitely Hayden, good. So nice, I'm loving that. So Hayden, so how can people get access to this book?
Well, this book is on Amazon. The publisher, who is Sugar Apple Books, they have the rights to sell and promote this book. So it's basically on Amazon, it's on Sugar Apple Books as well. But we are trying to get a consignment here in St. Vincent where persons can purchase it at the bookstore, because I have my own allotment, but they have run out because persons have just been so excited about this book and have bought all of them already. So there's a famous quote in this book which I want to just read to you guys, which I find is one of my favorite quotes. When she lost her wing and she's gone to all of her friends to ask for help, obviously she's been crying and saying, oh, my wing, my flippity floppity wing. Where can I go without my wing? What an awful, awful thing to happen to my flippity floppity wing. And so when she was crying and saying that to the hummingbird reminded her. He said, your strength is in your great, strong form. Maybe flight's not why you were born. You still have the kind, friendly smile that kept you going all the while. And this is my favorite. You sang the whole time through your pain. You survived. It was not in vain. You are tougher than this whole thing, not defined by a broken wing.
Wow. Hayden, that is solid. And all of this is just the story itself, Hayden. And the backstory behind the book is what is important, right? And this is so powerful. And I wanna say thank you for this book. And there are many lessons that I know that the kids will learn from this. And we have a couple of persons that have just joined us. There's a troublesome boy from St. Vincent, the Park Hill. He just jumped on the live. His name is Colin Butler. You know that the name of that guy?
Sound familiar.
Eh? Lot
Sounds
of
familiar.
money. Like your girlfriend Pansy, like you run him. Welcome, Colin. What to go on? What to go on? What to go on? Good, right? So Hayden, I mean, I'm so impressed with your work, and I just want to let persons know that I'm gonna post the link for the book in this live chat, so you can look, and you can order your copies via Amazon. There's the book. There's two options in terms of person. There's the Kindle version, and then there is the hard copy, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
you wanna tell us something more about that?
Well, I think the hard copy is, and this is hard copy, yeah. This is hard copy. Like you can hear that, because for kids they want something that is sturdy and strong, and of course, it's the hard copy is $17.95 US, and I think the digital copy is like $6.99 or $7, I think it is US. So you have that option to purchase your book on either Amazon, on sugarapplebooks.com, or you can also get it on Goodreads. All right. So Kevin, I want to shout out the illustrator on this book. She did a fantastic job. Her name is Julia Sarapata de Carvalho. She is based in Poland, and she did a fantastic job. She captured my vision for this book in a way that I couldn't even capture it myself. And I think it was divine that she was able to capture it so close to what I had in mind without having a lot of interaction with her. Just by sending her what I think I like in terms of animation styles. And she was able to mix like the fantasy with the reality. And I really appreciate her work. And I want to shout out also Valdine Marks, who is the editor and owner of Sugar Apple Books, and for the fantastic work that she's done publishing this amazing, amazing book.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. You almost make my wife almost burn up my clothes as she ironing upstairs, eh?
Oh, Lord, that's that good.
Like she forget that she ironing, right? She said she almost burned up the clothes, but that's all right.
No, she was dancing.
Dancing too, deep down in my soul. So Hayden, I mean, guys, I would have dropped the link for the book, and I would have actually pinned it to the top of this chat, so you guys can go across there and give Hayden your support on the release of this.
Yeah, thank you very much. And Kevin, I want to also mention one thing. Before this book was actually released, it won an award, and it is the
wait. Repeat that again.
Yes, the book won an award before it was published. It is the iJungle Illustration Award. Julia would have entered it into the award as a book, as entry for a book, illustration for a book, and we won the award. We got award of merit for illustration in a book. And I just see this as this was designed and orchestrated by God, because all of the things that led up to this book and the publishing and the release of this book has always been divine. Also, the book was given a review from a senior editor from Midwest Book Review in the USA, Donovan, and he really spoke highly of the book. He said, the unusual opportunity to teach important lessons to young picture book readers should be on the shelf. It should be on the shelf of any library looking for picture books portrait of positivity and courage. And he recommended that he would send a circular to all libraries in the USA recommending this book to be on all of the shelves as well.
Wow. That's profound, Hayden. That's so profound, right? And one thing I admire about you, I mean, I keep asking you that. I didn't ask you once, I didn't ask you twice, I asked you more than once. Hayden, how do you find time to do all of this?
Right. So can I tell you how I find time? The thing is, I always have a contemplative space. I always keep that very secret to me. I spend time meditating, reading the word of God, and centering myself to receive. When I got this book, Kevin, I tell you I get this book. I was sitting at my desk, working. I was looking for somebody to do the cover of a book I did before. and I saw an elephant with a butterfly landed on its trunk. And I said, what if I wrote a book about, for children, what would it be like? And I said, I could not write a book unless I write about the butterfly. And immediately my contemplative space, I saw a vision of a butterfly that had a one wing. And that butterfly was asking the leaf cutter ant to make her a wing from leaves. I got that first vision. And then I said to myself, okay, I wrote it down and say, I'll shelf it until later. But something in me keeps saying to me, sit in it, follow it through. Sit in it, follow it through. That is when you need to listen. Because I believe that was the Holy Spirit telling me to sit in it and follow through. I left my desk and I went and sat in one of my comfortable chairs where I used to write. And I started to pen the story with the 2 lines that I got in a vision. And in an hour, I'd written that book.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is remarkable.
Yeah.
Definitely remarkable and very inspiring too. And I see you giving birth to much more than this book. I guess this is probably the other one of the first series. If I know you well enough, I know you have something coming behind that. I know.
Absolutely. We are looking at movies. We're looking at dolls. We're looking at stickers. We're looking at coloring books. A lot of things that are in the work. But we just putting it out into the universe and leave it there in hands of God. I want to also say, Kevin, that some people don't understand why. And Kenny Arthur had asked me this. He said, why is it that you're so successful? I said to him, I have a vision board. I wrote my vision down. The Bible says, write the vision, make it clear.
Habakkuk, yes.
Those who see it would take it and run with it. And so I have my vision board. One is next to my bed, and one is where I eat. So on mornings when I'm eating, I'm seeing it. And when I'm getting up in the morning, I see my vision. So my vision is very clear as to what I want to achieve. And I was talking to someone very recently. I said to them, I am a product of my vision. And so you cannot just get through life haphazardly and score and win if we do not plan to win. And many of us go through life waiting on luck and good charm and all of that stuff. That doesn't happen. You have to prepare yourself. You have to write that vision down and walk that vision through. And you have to commit that vision to memory and commit that vision to action. And so when people say, why you do so many things, you do this, that, I say, I'm one person, I'm an artist. These are several expressions of my artistry that you're seeing flowing outside of me. So I'm not trying to be anybody. I am who I am. I'm an artist at heart. I'm an artist. And therefore, out of me flows all of these beautiful things. So I don't try to impress anybody. I don't try to write to impress anybody. I write because it flows out of me onto the paper.
Yeah. So the thing about it that you really can't judge art. I mean, that's something that I give birth from the artist. So guys, we are having a conversation tonight with Hayden Billingy on where are we come from, and we are episode number 11. What an amazing guest we have with us tonight. So just before we bring our curtains down, I want Hayden to, I wanted to speak to a young man or a young woman that is looking at this, who probably looking back at this program, or probably looking at this program right now. I want you to just give them a word of encouragement, Hayden.
Like flippity floppity wing, you may have lost your wing. It might be something physical, emotional, spiritual. I am here to say to you, it is not the end of the road. Neither is the end of the world. There's so much more that you can accomplish. There's so much more that you can achieve. You have to find that space within yourself and give yourself that opportunity to aspire, to hope again, to come alive again, to dream again. Many of us have died, We have died because we have killed our vision. And we have not given our vision enough room for it to grow. And we have not given ourselves enough grace to get to that place where we can see our vision come to pass. We give up too easily. We are a fast-paced culture. It must come now. It must happen now. And God forbid it doesn't happen, then you give up. You don't give up on your dream. You owe your dream the space to grow, to expand, to develop, to become a reality. And that is what I'm big on. I'm big on hope. I always keep hope alive. And so dream. Dreaming is free. Do not be afraid to dream. Do not be afraid to speak those dreams into reality by speaking them with your word, which has power, and also to follow through with action. A friend of mine asked me what before. She said, how come you are so good at following through with things when you say them? I say, because I trust myself and my body trusts me. This is what I mean. I say, because when I say to myself, I'm going to do something, I follow through and do it. So my body and my brain has already learned the rhythm of my spirit. So when I say I'm going to do, and I say it's done, my body follows through. And because I've been doing this for many years, my body just naturally follows through with action. She said to me, I have so many ideas for movies and so many ideas for all of these books. I said, do not let them die as ideas. Let them become reality. And many times we have too many ideas that go unpublished, go unrealized, go unmaterialized. We have to be a culture of doing and not talking. We have to be a culture that follows through with our words so that we become trustworthy to ourselves and to others. So don't give up on your dream. You may want to become a scientist. You may want to go to university. You may want to become an actor, a singer, a dancer, a poet. Follow through with your dreams. Who knows how far it will take you? Who knows what it would make you and where it would take you? So that's my advice to everyone.
Yes, thank you very much, Hayden. Guys, we are on episode number 11 with Hayden Billingy. Where are we come from? Let us take in a quick word from our sponsors, and we're going to bring the curtains down when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Stay right where you are.
Would you like to know that you and your family are financially secured to weather the uncertainties that life may bring? Ask the agent, Kevin Rodriguez. Let him help you tailor an insurance plan that meets the needs of you and your family. Ask the agent, Kevin Rodriguez. For an appointment, call 784-526-5454. Ask the agent. Ask the agent.
Okay, guys, so tonight our guest is Hayden Billingy, and we are so happy to have you here, my friend. And as we bring the curtains down tonight, of course, we're bringing it down with my big tune. Bring it down with the big tune. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah.
Kevin, it has been an absolute pleasure to be part of your program. And I applaud you for what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job. I want to adjure you to continue doing excellent work and continue to push the brand. And I'm calling you soon because I need some advice. So I'm calling you soon on the ad.
Of course, no problem, man. So guys, let us take in some of the music video before we go. Come on.
Excited, alcohol can make me leave it. Feel him, feel him, feel him in my soul. Feel him, since Jesus made me whole. Feel him in my soul. Feel him, since Jesus made me whole.
Yes, guys, so we are pulling down the curtains tonight. So Hayden, thanks much again for accepting the invitation, for being and where are we come from.
Yeah, man. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
What a go on. Eh? What a go on.
Midea. Away are we come from Tilingo.
Hey, Hayden. Hey, we were supposed to talk on Hayden. We were supposed to talk, man. So Hayden, all that I want from you, we're closing up. All that I want from you, Hayden, is a song for where are we come from. Give me some. I give you. I want to have the phrase. Where are we come from? The rest is in your hands.
Well, the thing is, when we were kids, there was a game we used to play where we would make arches and we would walk under the arch and then we would disassemble, come back again. And we used to say, where are we come from? Tiningo.
Wait. Hold up.
Come on, Tempro.
Let me get a drum, man. Hold up, let me get a drum.
Do you guys remember this song? When we were kids, there are people on here who quite remember this song when we were kids. We used to play this game. See where we come from, Tiningo. And I Nathan, Tiningo. Where are we come from, Tiningo? And I Nathan, Tiningo. Where are we come from, Tiningo? And I Nathan, hey, and I even Tiningo. Where are we come from, Tiningo?
Where are we come from? Hayden, it was absolutely a pleasure having you. And as I say that, this is just like a conversation, you know, and this is what I want, the objective of the program is for us to just have an interaction. And I want to say thanks for accepting the invitation. And may God blessings continue to be upon you, my friend, in everything that you do. So guys, this is it for us tonight. God bless and have a great night.
Thank you. Good night. God bless. Bye.